Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are exploring the fascinating history of the 50 Kuruş coin, one of the most recognizable and widely used coins in modern Turkey, a coin that millions of people handle every day without realizing the deep history, national symbolism, economic transformation, and collector interest connected to this small but important piece of Turkish currency. The story of the 50 Kuruş coin is closely tied to the history of the Turkish lira itself and the dramatic political and economic changes that shaped modern Turkey during the 20th and 21st centuries. The word Kuruş has existed in Turkish monetary history for centuries and was originally connected to older Ottoman currency systems used during the era of the Ottoman Empire, one of the largest and most influential empires in world history. For hundreds of years, Ottoman currency circulated across vast territories stretching through parts of Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Different coins made from silver, gold, and copper were used throughout the empire, and the Kuruş gradually became one of the most familiar denominations within the Ottoman monetary system. After the collapse of the Ottoman Empire following World War I and the foundation of the modern Republic of Turkey in 1923, the country introduced a new national identity under the leadership of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. Ataturk transformed Turkey politically, socially, and economically through major reforms designed to modernize the nation. Currency became one of the most visible symbols of this transformation because new Turkish coins and banknotes reflected the identity of the modern republic rather than the old Ottoman system. Over time, the Kuruş remained part of Turkish currency as a subdivision of the Turkish lira, with one lira divided into 100 Kuruş. The modern 50 Kuruş coin became especially important after Turkey restructured its currency during the early 2000s. Years of high inflation had caused enormous numerical values within the Turkish economy, leading the government to remove several zeros from the currency in 2005 during a major monetary reform. The new Turkish lira was introduced temporarily before the word new was later removed again. Modern coins, including the 50 Kuruş, became central to everyday commerce during this transition period and remain widely used throughout Turkey today. One of the most recognizable features of the 50 Kuruş coin is the portrait of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk appearing on the obverse side. Ataturk is one of the most respected and influential figures in Turkish history because he founded the modern Turkish Republic after the fall of the Ottoman Empire. His image appears on nearly all modern Turkish coins and banknotes as a symbol of national unity, independence, modernization, and republican values. Collectors and historians often note how strongly Turkish currency reflects the nation's identity through Ataturk's presence on circulating money. The reverse side of the 50 Kuruş coin displays the denomination along with decorative patterns and modern design elements representing Turkish culture and national pride. Many collectors admire the coin because it combines practical everyday use with elegant modern engraving. Another reason the 50 Kuruş coin became interesting among collectors is the changing economic history of Turkey itself. During different decades, inflation, economic reforms, and currency redesigns significantly affected Turkish coins and banknotes. Older Turkish coins from previous currency systems became historical artifacts reflecting periods of rapid economic change. The modern 50 Kuruş coin therefore represents not only monetary value but also the stabilization and modernization efforts of the Turkish economy during the early 21st century. Millions of these coins circulate daily through shops, cafes, buses, ferries, markets, restaurants, and transportation systems across cities such as Istanbul and Ankara. Tourists visiting Turkey often encounter the coin while exploring famous landmarks, bazaars, mosques, and historical sites throughout the country. Because the 50 Kuruş coin circulates heavily, most examples quickly develop scratches, fading, and signs of wear, making high-grade uncirculated examples more desirable among collectors. Coin grading therefore became increasingly important within Turkish numismatics. Experts carefully examine surface preservation, strike quality, luster, and design sharpness to determine value and condition. Mint errors also created excitement among collectors searching for unusual varieties. Off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and other minting mistakes occasionally appear and become collectible because of their rarity. Some rare Turkish mint errors later sold for impressive prices in collector markets and auctions. Another fascinating aspect of the 50 Kuruş coin is its connection to Turkey's geographic and cultural position between Europe and Asia. Turkey has historically served as a bridge between civilizations, cultures, religions, and trade routes for centuries. This unique position influenced Turkish art, architecture, language, and even currency design. Modern Turkish coins reflect both European-style minting precision and cultural traditions rooted in Ottoman and Anatolian history. Social media and online coin videos later introduced even more people worldwide to Turkish coin collecting, encouraging collectors to search for rare varieties, commemorative issues, and unusual mint errors connected to Turkish currency. Today, the 50 Kuruş coin remains one of the most familiar and historically meaningful modern Turkish coins because it preserves the story of economic reform, national identity, and the transformation of Turkey from an imperial state into a modern republic, all within a single small piece of metal still actively used every day. As the 50 Kuruş coin continued circulating throughout modern Turkey, it slowly became more than just ordinary currency because the coin reflected the nation's economic struggles, political reforms, cultural identity, and modernization efforts during one of the most transformative periods in Turkish history. Millions of people use the 50 Kuruş coin every single day while buying tea, bread, snacks, transportation tickets, or small household items, yet many do not realize that this small coin carries a historical connection stretching back centuries to the era of the Ottoman Empire. The term Kuruş itself survived through enormous political and economic changes, continuing from Ottoman monetary traditions into the modern Turkish Republic. During the Ottoman period, various forms of Kuruş coins circulated across territories stretching through parts of Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Trade routes, marketplaces, ports, and caravans all depended heavily on currency systems connecting different regions of the empire. Even though the modern 50 Kuruş coin looks very different from old Ottoman coins, the continued use of the word Kuruş preserves an important link between Turkey's imperial past and its modern national identity. One of the most recognizable features of the coin is the portrait of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk displayed prominently on the obverse side. Atatürk remains one of the most influential and respected figures in Turkish history because he led the movement that established the Republic of Turkey after the collapse of the Ottoman Empire following World War I. Through political, educational, legal, and economic reforms, he transformed Turkey into a modern secular republic focused on national independence and modernization. Because of his immense historical importance, Atatürk's image appears on nearly all Turkish coins and banknotes. His portrait on the 50 Kuruş coin therefore symbolizes national unity, independence, and the foundation of modern Turkey itself. Many collectors and historians admire Turkish currency because it strongly reflects the country's national identity through these designs. Another reason the 50 Kuruş coin became historically important is the major economic transformation Turkey experienced during the late 20th and early 21st centuries. For many years, the Turkish economy struggled with extremely high inflation, causing prices and currency values to rise dramatically. Large numerical values became common in everyday transactions, and banknotes carried enormous numbers that complicated business and accounting systems. In response, the Turkish government introduced major currency reforms in 2005, removing 6 zeros from the old Turkish lira and launching the new Turkish lira. This reform became one of the biggest monetary transitions in modern Turkish history. Coins like the modern 50 Kuruş became symbols of economic restructuring and stabilization during this period. Eventually, the word new was removed again, but the redesigned currency system remained. Because of this history, collectors often study older Turkish coins and banknotes alongside modern issues to better understand the nation's economic evolution. The design of the 50 Kuruş coin also attracted collector attention because of its modern engraving style and practical appearance. The reverse side displays the denomination surrounded by decorative patterns and national motifs reflecting Turkish artistic traditions. The coin is bimetallic, meaning it contains 2 different metallic colors, giving it a distinctive appearance compared to smaller Turkish denominations. This design not only improves durability but also helps people quickly identify the coin in everyday use. Millions of these coins circulate through cities such as Istanbul, Ankara, and Izmir, where they are used constantly in transportation systems, cafes, markets, and local businesses. Tourists visiting Turkey often encounter the 50 Kuruş coin while shopping in bazaars, visiting historical landmarks, or traveling on buses and ferries. Many travelers later keep Turkish coins as souvenirs because they represent memories of exploring one of the world's most historically rich countries. Coin collecting in Turkey also became increasingly popular as more people became interested in preserving historical objects connected to national heritage and economic history. Another fascinating part of the 50 Kuruş series involves mint errors and rare varieties. During the minting process, occasional mistakes create unusual coins different from standard issues. Off-center strikes occur when the coin blank is improperly aligned during production, causing the design to appear shifted. Doubled dies create visible overlapping details or lettering due to errors during die preparation. Clipped planchets leave missing curved sections along the edge because of mistakes during blank cutting. Because these errors happen accidentally and in limited numbers, collectors often pay significant premiums for authenticated examples. Some rare Turkish mint errors later sold for impressive prices among collectors and at auctions. Coin grading also became increasingly important as collector demand expanded. Professional numismatists examine surface quality, luster, strike sharpness, and overall preservation when determining a coin's grade and market value. Since most 50 Kuruş coins circulate heavily in daily commerce, high-grade examples with original mint surfaces became harder to locate over time. Advanced collectors therefore search carefully for pristine examples showing minimal wear and strong details. Social media and online coin videos later introduced even more people worldwide to Turkish numismatics. Videos discussing rare Turkish coins, valuable mint errors, and historical Ottoman currency encouraged many collectors to search through old family collections and pocket change hoping to discover unusual pieces. While many exaggerated claims about valuable coins exist online, genuinely rare Turkish varieties absolutely exist and continue attracting strong collector interest. Auction houses and coin dealers regularly feature important Turkish coins in numismatic sales where collectors compete for key dates, rare errors, and historical Ottoman pieces. Yet beyond rarity and collector value, the 50 Kuruş coin remains meaningful because it preserves the story of Turkey's transformation from imperial collapse to modern republic, carrying centuries of history and national identity within a single coin still used daily by millions of people. The lasting importance of the 50 Kuruş coin continued growing among collectors, historians, travelers, and ordinary people because the coin represents much more than everyday money, preserving within its design the story of Turkish independence, economic reform, national identity, and centuries of cultural history connected to both Europe and Asia. Even though millions of these coins circulate daily throughout the modern Turkey, many people never stop to think about how deeply the coin reflects the nation's journey from the era of the Ottoman Empire to the establishment of the modern Turkish Republic. The continued use of the word Kuruş itself creates a direct historical connection between old Ottoman monetary traditions and the present-day Turkish currency system. For centuries, Ottoman coins circulated across vast territories through trade routes, marketplaces, ports, and caravan networks connecting different civilizations. Merchants, travelers, soldiers, and ordinary families all depended on these currencies while the empire stood as one of the most influential powers in world history. Although modern Turkish coins are technologically advanced compared to old Ottoman issues, the survival of the Kuruş denomination reminds collectors that currency can preserve historical continuity across generations. One of the most powerful symbols on the modern 50 Kuruş coin is the portrait of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, whose role in Turkish history remains enormous even today. After the collapse of the Ottoman Empire following World War I, Atatürk led the Turkish War of Independence and established the Republic of Turkey in 1923. Through wide-ranging reforms involving education, politics, law, language, economics, and social structure, he transformed Turkey into a modern republic focused on independence and modernization. Because of this legacy, Atatürk's image became one of the strongest national symbols in Turkey and appears on nearly all Turkish coins and banknotes. His portrait on the 50 Kuruş coin therefore represents national pride, unity, and the foundations of the modern Turkish state itself. Many collectors admire Turkish currency specifically because it reflects the country's identity so clearly through its designs. Another major reason the 50 Kuruş coin became historically important involves Turkey's economic transformation during the late 20th and early 21st centuries. For many years, inflation caused severe economic difficulties within the country. Prices rose dramatically, and old Turkish banknotes carried enormous numerical values that complicated daily transactions and financial systems. Eventually, the Turkish government implemented a major currency reform in 2005 by removing 6 zeros from the old Turkish lira and introducing the new Turkish lira. This reform became one of the most important economic transitions in modern Turkish history. Coins like the modern 50 Kuruş symbolized economic stabilization and modernization efforts designed to strengthen public confidence in the currency. Later, the word new was removed again, but the reformed currency system remained in place. Because of this history, collectors often study Turkish coins from different periods to understand the nation's economic evolution over time. The physical appearance of the 50 Kuruş coin also helped make it one of the most recognizable modern Turkish denominations. Its bimetallic structure gives the coin two distinct metallic colors, making it visually striking and easy to identify during daily use. The reverse side displays the denomination surrounded by decorative patterns inspired by Turkish artistic traditions and national culture. Millions of these coins circulate constantly through transportation systems, cafes, restaurants, local markets, and shops across cities such as Istanbul, Ankara, and Izmir. Tourists visiting Turkey often receive 50 Kuruş coins while exploring mosques, palaces, bazaars, museums, and historical sites throughout the country. Many travelers later keep the coin as a souvenir connected to memories of Turkish culture, architecture, food, and history. Because Turkey sits geographically between Europe and Asia, the country historically became a meeting point for civilizations, religions, languages, and trade networks. This cultural blending influenced Turkish art, architecture, cuisine, and even modern coin design. Collectors therefore often view Turkish currency as a reflection of the nation's unique position between continents and historical traditions. Another fascinating aspect of the 50 Kuruş coin involves mint errors and rare collectible varieties. During the minting process, occasional mistakes create unusual coins unlike standard circulation pieces. Off-center strikes occur when the blank is not properly aligned during production, causing part of the design to appear shifted. Doubled dies create overlapping details or lettering due to errors during die preparation. Clipped planchets leave missing curved sections along the edge, while die cracks produce unusual raised lines across the surface. Because these mistakes happen accidentally and in limited numbers, collectors often pay strong premiums for authentic examples. Some rare Turkish mint errors later achieved impressive auction prices due to scarcity and collector demand. Coin grading also became increasingly important as Turkish numismatics expanded internationally. Experts carefully examine strike quality, luster, edge preservation, and surface condition when assigning grades. Since most 50 Kuruş coins experience heavy circulation, perfectly preserved examples became more difficult to find over time. Advanced collectors therefore compete for high-grade specimens showing minimal wear and original mint details. Social media and online coin videos later introduced millions of viewers worldwide to the excitement of Turkish coin collecting. Videos discussing rare Turkish coins, Ottoman currency, mint errors, and valuable modern varieties encouraged people to search through family collections, old drawers, and pocket change hoping to discover hidden treasures. While many exaggerated claims about rare coins exist online, genuinely valuable Turkish varieties absolutely exist and continue attracting strong interest among collectors. Auction houses and coin dealers regularly feature important Turkish coins in numismatic sales where collectors compete for historical Ottoman issues. Thanks for watching.